everybody. Welcome to Uncle Dave's Brigade. Today I've got a good one. I've got Santana with Rob Thomas, Smooth. Very popular song, very big hit back in the day. So I'll get to it. I've got an interesting backstory to it, and I'll tell you about the song in just a few minutes. So let's get to it. And while I bring it up and get it ready to play, you can hit like, subscribe, post notification bell. And the way I do it is I don't stop the video. I'll let it go all the way through.
Forget about it.
Street Party with Santana.
But I'll tell you one thing. If you would leave, it'd be a crying shame. In every breath and every word, I hear your name calling me out. Without somebody else, you hear my rhythm on your radio, and you feel the turning of the world, so soft and slow, turning you round and round. And if you said this life ain't good enough, I would give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood, because you're so smooth. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Yeah. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. It's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Yeah. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. Or else forget about it. Or else forget about it. Oh, let's don't forget about it. Give me your heart, make it real. Let's don't forget about it. Let's don't forget about it. Oh, let's don't forget about it. Oh, let's don't forget about it.
He's just man, didn't he? Great songs. You can't go wrong with the Carlos Santana song, and Rob Thomas did a great job there on the vocals. I went and saw Santana when this song came out. I didn't did not know who Rob Thomas was at the time, and he sang it, and it was great in concert. And just they were introducing the song. It was when the Supernatural album first came out, and they were introducing the song as the hit single from it. And it was a great concert, and it was a lot of fun. But this song was co-written by Rob Thomas with another person, and they wrote it with George Michael in mind to do it, and they even wrote it in his cadence. And whenever they took it to the producers, because George was a kind of a model that Rob Thomas always liked as a singer, he thought, man, this would be a great song for him to sing with whoever with Santana. And whenever we took it to the producers, they loved it, and they said, no, we don't want George Michael. We want you to do it. And he jumped at the chance. He said, oh, sure, in a heartbeat. So he did it. And, the guitar riffs were actually written by Rob. But the only thing was that he was honored. He said that Santana did not change it. The only thing he did was he sped it up, and he sped up the whole song to get a little faster. It was a slower tempo, but he sped it up a little bit to make it a little bit quicker for a Latin beat. And and so he got that in there and sped it up. But that was a monster hit. It spent 12 weeks at number one, won Song of the Year, and it also won Record of the Year. Picked up 2 Grammys for Rob Thomas as a writer and performer. And in that particular night, um, Santana picked up 8 Grammys in the year 2000, 2000 Grammys. He picked up 8 Grammys in one night. I mean, most artists don't get 8 Grammys in 2 lifetimes. So he picked up 8 in one night, and it was a monster album, monster hit. And he had other hits off that one as well. But also for Santana, on that particular song, it was the longest time that anyone had a hit from a number one to a number one. And I'll explain what I mean by that. He had a number one hit called Tango in 1969. 30 years later, he had this hit, Smooth. And so that's the record for having number one hits, a distance between the two. But Carlos did a very smart thing, and it's actually called the Carlos Santana effect in the music business. He is a master at collaborating with other people younger than him to reach a new audience. He's done stuff with Michelle Branch, I know that for sure. Rob Thomas, and I know there have been others that are the younger generation, so that he stays relevant with the younger generations that come up. So he said that he did not know it was released as a single. Carlos didn't until he was standing on a sidewalk at in Manhattan at a corner, and a carload of girls drove up in a convertible, and that song was on the radio, and they were all jamming to it. And he said, "Oh, they released it as a single." He didn't know. And then on the opposite end of the country, Rob Thomas was at the record company, and he was about to get on the elevator. And as he was getting on, a member of Metallica was getting off. He'd never met this gentleman. And the guy looked at him. He said, Rob, he said, I love that Santana song. He said, it is awesome. And he said he knew then on both coasts, we have a hit. We've got Carlos, because he knew about Carlos's finding out. And then he found out there, he said, we got something going on with this song. And sure enough, it hit number one with a vengeance. It stayed there for 12 weeks. Now, the young lady that was the model of the lady of his affection in the video is Rob Thomas's wife, Marisol. She's a model. And he said most of the lyrics are written about her. And I can see why. She is something else. She is very pretty. But anyway, that's a little bit about the song, background history, a little bit. I'll talk about Santana before. I'll put a card up here for the other songs I've done. I haven't done that many. It's a shame for me to be so long to get back to Santana. But anyway, thanks for dropping by. Hit like, subscribe, post notification bell, make a suggestion, make a comment, and be sure to come back. So sign up and get part of the brigade today. Okay? Thanks a lot. Be nice to each other, and don't forget to be nice to yourself too.